The subject, the topic you shall cover today, the new age in telecom, I'm sure it's also interesting and exciting for most of them. These participants, being so young, they are very eager to learn more about activities in the entrepreneurship area and non-profit organizations, as well as in a very dynamic activity as the information technology area is. You are an alumni of École Nationale d'Administration in France, listed by Forbes Romania in the first 30 under 30 edition. So your huge experience, I'm sure, can become a model for many of them. You're a strong strategic thinker, mentor, and vocational speaker with an absolutely extraordinary multicultural experience. You are an excellent intercultural and interpersonal communication person. So, Mr. Preda, what means new age, but in telecom? Telecom is by what we know, a different realm.
It's good to see you at least. It's been a while since we last saw each other, and since we last met each other face to face. I do hope it will happen soon. You're a dear friend, and I very much appreciate you for what you do and for your perseverance in promoting education and in promoting innovative methods to in fact to conquer this world that we live in. Yes, telecom generally, people say, oh, it's all about cables, and that's all. Everybody talks about digital transformation, but nobody talks about how you can reach people. I remember 2020 when I was in the meetings with the colleagues from all over Europe as I was state secretary for telecom, and we were discussing European Code of Communication. We were discussing also developments for 5G networks and everything. And Margaret Vestager and Thierry Breton, the two commissioners, pointed out that in order to have, an equal sharing of the opportunities around Europe and in fact to reach everybody with this knowledge society that we so much talk about it, we need connectivity. And this is all about telecom. This is all about the business case behind telecom. This is all about this disruptive idea of telecom, in fact, reaching everybody and giving opportunities, equal opportunities to everybody. But yeah, everybody talks about telecom as cables, and that's not anymore the business case in the new era for telecom. And I will point it out, and I will reach to your auditorium today, and to all the youngsters that are very much interested in this new dimension of digital transformation. This is the hard power of digital transformation. That's telecom, and what I wanted to say several times, and I pointed out several times during my mandate as state secretary and today as CEO of Radiocom, is that in order to understand the developments in the telecom area, is to switch from the hard case of telecom, meaning the cables, to services, end user consumer services. That's the new business case for telecom. In the telecom sector, cloudification, and I will point out the term, cloudification is more than a buzzword today. It is, in fact, the reality. You've seen that the Ministry of Research, Innovation, and Digitalization, and the Minister, Marcel Bolos, pointed out several times, and also the president of the commission, Sabine Sarmash, they pointed out several times the need of, to pass to this cloudification, to this cloud era in Romania. We need it. As technology expands and in governments, enterprises, and individuals alike grow increasingly dependent on connectivity to operate, cloudification becomes, in fact, an essential component in delivering efficiency, scalability, and optimizing costs. These business opportunities have two ways, in fact, for themselves and their customers, by taking connectivity a step further and turning into a full-fledged ICT solution providers with cloudification as the cornerstone. Beyond the benefits offered by these cloud services by telcos, in terms of greater operational efficiency on every front, cloudification caters to customers, create increasing expectation for services on demand, as like tailored services for customers. People want, self services. They want it. They want to have personal experiences, and that's why telcos, meaning telecom companies, are looking all over the world into this new kind of services. Enterprise consumers have come to depend so heavily on connected tools, services, and solutions that operators in delivering this digital essential must take a cloudification approach in ensuring that connectivity remains within the reach for customers in this digital era. Uh, um, in the era of cloudifications, in fact, the operator's role will be transformed as telecoms and IT become more integrated than ever before. They will play a key part in supporting industries by providing services and solutions that will support industrial development in the digital area. In turn, operators will need to establish new business models that will take them beyond connectivity with networks that are more robust and intuitive. And that's what I wanted to point out, that in fact they respond quickly these new types of services that are, like add-ons to the infrastructure that we talk about. In fact, I already pointed out several times in the last years that 5G tech um, solution is an industrial solution, is not anymore end user solution like it was before 3G, 4G LTE. Now the 5G plus 6G, we already talk in these terms at the level of Brussels. It is an industrial revolution. It addresses big data, it addresses big industries, and we have to look into the business case behind it. As services become available at the edge of networks, the progression to cloud will do more than increase scale and efficiency for telcos, for telecom companies. It will also reshape and transform businesses while opening new revenue streams for enterprise consumers. Um, as such, telcos have the opportunity to create new businesses using the extension of their former businesses beyond connectivity to a range of industry verticals, with horizontal applications reaching and using technologies like AI, real-time automation, remote operations, maintenance sensing, and enhanced video services, and much more. We already talked with different types of industries, from defense to
It seems we have technical difficulties. Nowadays, Romania and the whole Europe experience quite difficult times. We are going even to speak about this subject, this matter, this very evening, where one of the organizers, the Forum IT TV debate, is going to bring to the public's attention the problem of cybersecurity and cyber war.
Okay, so
So please, Mr. Preda, let me know something which I already said, and I should repeat it when our connection was gone. The fact is, Romania's internet infrastructure is highly developed and competitive, as we all know, boasting the top connection speed in the region, while also coming in fourth out of 175 countries by average fixed broadband speed, with 205 megabits per second in February 2021, twice faster than the average or global average speed of 97 megabits per second. Probably I was thinking of this because tonight in the Forum IT online and TV debate I am the host of, I shall discuss with the representative of a cybersecurity company about cyber threats. And we all know that these days, because of the conflict nearby, the international networks are really loaded with bits, probably the cyber war, which most of our population is not aware of, is happening. So can be also a joke, but also a serious issue you might address or not. So let's come back to your presentation.
I think very interesting that you brought this idea regarding security issues. I think that this company proved its the importance during also the pandemics, but not only during the pandemics, also during this security crisis that we all face today at our borders, especially with noticing from the BBC recently, that showed up because BBC renounced a few years ago at its shortwave transmitters, and following the bombing of several strategic areas from Ukraine, putting down the internet communication. It showed once again the importance of AM and short waves in communications during security crisis, and BBC World Service announced that it was restarting 4 hours daily shortwave transmission in English to Ukraine. This decision to resume Ukrainian shortwave broadcast came after Russian forces began to deliberately target Ukrainian communication equipment, including the Kiev television tower. And as you have seen, also the communication from our Romanian national television broadcasting Ukrainian television television shows. We also did the same thing for Ukrainian radio. So our network, as I already pointed out, is the only one that's fully ranged from AM, FM, and short waves to satellite communication and to fiber communication systems. But what I wanted to point out, because you talked about security and cybersecurity, already talked about in this in today's intervention about quantum key distribution as the most secure current type of distribution, quantum communications. And that the fact that in fact we are prospecting today into launching this type of communication in the following years through our systems. We have in our portfolio the Kea Satellite Center, We manage their satellite communication with European Space Agency, and together with our partner, we have a joint venture called RARTEL with Telespazio. Telespazio is a joint venture between Thales and Leonardo, and is the main service provider for satellite communication in Europe. And what I have to say about this quantum key distribution is that recently there has been remarkable progress in the development of quantum technologies in communication infrastructure, with several quantum key distribution networks under construction worldwide. In the UK metropolitan quantum networks have been built by the Quantum Communication Hub in Cambridge and in Bristol, connected by a long distance link via London. And quantum digital signature were demonstrated in the network in Tokyo. Meanwhile, a 2,000 kilometers of backbone connects Beijing and Shanghai in China, while Michu's satellite will extend quantum key distribution to global distances. The current high level of activity in quantum communication, in fact, means that there is a pressing need to develop industry standards for the technology. As I already put it out, uh, is the most secure one, because during the exchange of information, if there is any disruption in communication, any failure of the system, uh, the quantum key will change till the moment the receiver will accept the key. I already explained it several times with the play between two entities, a boy and a girl, and how they send this message. I don't know at what point our transmission was interrupted, but I already pointed out several times the need to develop education in respect to all this digital transformation. In fact, what I pointed out regarding the telcos development, the telecom companies development, is that ultimately the goal of communication, in fact, for service providers, is to become digital service providers. I want to stress on this because infrastructure is not anymore a business case, but services that we bring through this infrastructure, the opportunities the telcos bring to end users. if, Even if we talk about individuals or to companies, is very important. In fact, exposing their network, the network of telcos, into on-demand consumable services that are more flexible, fast to provision and manage, with tailored, and I stress on this, with tailored quality of services and service level agreements that need to cope with the promise of the three main pillars of the 5G networks, meaning enhanced mobile broadband, ultra reliable, low latency, and massive machine type of communication. In a such world, automation is not anymore an option, and I stress again on this. It is mandatory. To have it, as it will need to dynamically manage and orchestrate all the above services at such a volume and complexity, that at the same time it will need also to coordinate a multitude of data and technical domains that will never be feasible based only on manual human operations. So the people will be, in fact, the managers of these networks. They will not do the day-to-day tasks that they were doing today. Those tasks will be automated, and the role of human beings, of people, will be to coordinate everything. And in fact, their level of expertise, of professionalism, their level of experience and intelligence will be higher, in higher demand, and they will be highly paid. So in fact, new types of jobs will reach a better experience of life for the people managing these types of networks, and in fact will bring a better society and a well-being society. What I want to point out again is that in 2020 I already discussed with several several associations into managing in the Romanian legislation the new types of jobs, the jobs of how we call it tomorrow. For me, it's of today. In fact, to manage them in our legislative framework in Romania, in order to bring those people closer to the realities that we need to face also in Romania. On one hand, on the other hand, I already pointed out the need, to connect the companies. As I already said, that we are connecting with we will sign a protocol with all the technical companies around Romania. Radiocom will sign this contract to connect the companies with universities and to bring from the first stages of education, to bring people to the reality we face today, bring people to the ground base of those realities, to bring people, in fact, to bring the children to and youngsters, well-trained children and youngsters, to bring them to the development of those companies and to development of in respect of Radiocom, to development of Radiocom, and to the perspective that we face now into the new age of telcos. Furthermore, the new paradigm will be about managing also end-to-end customer service, and not about managing networks, meaning that the orchestration and the automation need to be service focused and not merely network focused. This requires quite a disruptive approach, as I already said before, to aspects such as organizational structure, and we very much look into it in Radiocom, and to data governance. We set up from an IT service here in the company. We created the digital transformation department, and in fact, we are looking into changing the whole culture of the company, and to bring to our company new technical skills. In fact, as the organization moves on, and we move, in fact, out from traditional net operation model. So, in fact, this is the whole idea that I wanted to, point out today. And this idea is that we will pass from network operators to service providers, tailor-made, addressing directly the consumers, consumers and customers, and better using the skills of the people hired by the company, of the employees. In fact, they are the bringers. They will bring, in fact, the digital transformation. Those people that will bring with them the new skills that we need for the development, for the new age, for telcos, and for Radiocom currently today. We are already have several discussions to have on real-time analysis of our networks due to the security issues that we might face, and we try to cope with all security issues during this security crisis that we face today. What would happen if if any failure comes to our networks, is not good also for the country, because we manage critical infrastructure here in the company. So we try to automate and to have a real-time dashboard with all the information from all over our station, all over the country. We already have several discussions into upgrading our transmitters infrastructure, but also to bring, as I already pointed out, to bring the new flesh blood of well-trained, skilled youngsters. And this is the protocol that I already mentioned to you with the technical universities around the country. There is a technical university association. I've discussed about it at Polytechnic University with the rector, Mihna Kostoiu. So we look into developing our technical skills and human capability. We look into also securing and having a real-time perspective of our infrastructure, but also to bring new services tailor-made for the customers. Whether we speak about public customers, meaning institutions, public institution, or to private sector for end users also, because we have a small segment addressing the end users. I'm all ears for any questions that you might address me. Happy once again to see you, Cătălin Grosu, all time friend. Hats off for what you do and for keeping up, the innovation sector on the main page. Hats off for Sylvia and for Bogdan also. Thank you, Digital Nerds.
Thank you very much, Mr. Preda, the whole team here, along with Beatrice Preda, the project manager. We thank you all for your presence with us. What can I do as a journalist? You have already foreseen my next question. So I was going to ask you about opportunities in jobs for IT specialists or IT students in telecom. You just took it out from me. But maybe you have some encouragements for them. Why is it so big opportunity nowadays to learn something in information technology?
Because this is the future, because is ICT sector is the better, most well-paid sector, together with the health sector and perhaps other sectors, but this is, I think, the most dynamic one, and really using a knowledge society. It's a knowledge society based sector, to put it like that. So and I give you just one interesting example regarding Radiocom. Last year, when I took the mandate of being the CEO of this company, and I succeeded in 6 months, and I saying to some of my colleagues here that in 6 months I succeeded taking a company from minus 18 balance sheet to 120 millions, the balance sheet. Two young, well-trained guys came from private sector, and they asked to be hired by our company, even if they came from better paid salaries. So I stress on that. They came from better paid salaries. They wanted to have a 2-year at least experience in the company because of the knowledge that they can,
acquire,
get from this experience, acquire in this experience. It takes generally between 3 to 4, 5 years trainership in this company in order, to be well put on the ground in this domain. So people come from private sector in this company to acquire knowledge. What I did last year, one of the first things that I did in the company, I raised the salaries. They asked me to raise the salaries on, on based on the results that they have. And I said, I don't care to raise on the results, individually raise the salaries. I want to raise the salaries on each domain, especially on technical domain, meaning technical employees. Why? Because this is the core base of our business case in the company. That's one thing. And the other thing, I said, oh, cool, but the guy, if those that I raise their salaries, they go in private sector, they will leave me with the low salaries that they had before, because I just raised their salaries and not the salary level in company. So what I tried is to reach the of salaries in the private sector. Currently, the private ICT sector is at average salary of 7,750, and we reached, with all the raises of salaries that I did last year and this year, we reached around 7,000. We still have way to go, but what I'm trying today is to currently change a little bit the salary attribution in company, and to set up a better vision of a career in the company, in order to attract more and more youngsters, in order to develop the company. I already said several times that the competitiveness of the company is based on the competitiveness skills of the people employed by the company. So I stick on that, and that's why I proposed this protocol with the technical universities. That's why I'm already discussing, for those that reach the pension term. I'm analyzing their capability, their skills for the company, and if there are any of them that are well trained, and the colleagues appreciate them, and then I do such research before ending their terms. And those that are very well trained, I ask them to keep on with the company. And more than that, I'm already putting together a system of trainers within the company to train those youngsters, and also to keep them close to the company, because we need their experience. We need their on the ground expertise. And that's what I'm trying, because for me there is no age in experience, there is no age in being skilled. The age is only for, for those that cannot do an analysis of quality. If we talk about quality, there is no age. If we talk about quality, there is no time spent uh, at the job. So I don't agree with this. In fact, we should skip on that also in Romania. No need to link the salary to the age, no need to link the quality of your deeds in the company and in your professional life with the time spent in that. Time is money. So if you succeed in doing it faster, hats off for you, better paid. So this is my philosophy in the company. Keep on signing those, check-ins, and the 8 hours schedule, because that's what the law requires of me, of us in the company, and everywhere in Romania, not only, sometimes not only. That's why there are some countries that change this vision. But as I already pointed out, there is no time for anything. I'm the younger. They told me that I'm the youngest CEO of a telco company in Romania. Uh, Thank you for those, for the minister, and for those that considered in having me here. I already had several awards during this mandate. I will keep on trying to, in fact, to connect the market, to connect the private sector with the actions of this company, with the actions of the government, and in fact to offer better services for everybody, and in coordination because what we can bring on is that everybody should have connectivity. I already said it several times, and I will end my intervention with this: that internet is is a must, is mandatory, is not an option. Everybody should have internet. In my opinion, everybody should have free internet, because the business case out of this free internet resource is bigger than what we capitalize today out of paying the internet. Having connectivity to all the citizens, to all businesses around the country, and having it free will enable lots of businesses with higher value than just this is my opinion. I will keep on it now and forever. I'm sure that we will live this experience sooner or later in Romania also, having free internet. And we will realize that there was a crazy guy some time ago, this one youngster in the domain, that said that free internet will bring more benefits to the budget, to the state budget, to all private budgets than payable one. And this is also linked to the thing that I said, that we will not, the telcos will not manage the networks, but they will build on digital services that will bring them to end users and to other companies. Thank you once again for inviting me. I will keep on promoting digital education. My two at the same time they keep on doing sports and um, um, on the ground activities, but I'm also connecting them to this new era. Thank you once again, Catalin Grosso. Thank you, Silvia. Thank you,
No, who is
Bogdan.
thank you, Mr. Preda.
Hats off for what you do for Digital Nerds.
Thank you, Mr. Dragos Lucian Preda, CEO of Radio Comesa. Now it's obvious why your company is a main sponsor of our contest. It's obvious that you support youngsters who are willing to build their career in this wonderful field of information technology. So also my TV debate forum IT is open as a partner of Asociația Suport Regional Centru in all its developments, projects and endeavors. So you should be with us in both places from now on. I do hope whatever position you hold, you will be with us.